Hey guys, we are here with a new individual. So this time we will be playing through the tutorial for the Klingon. Now I have made our Klingon captain right here. This is Kagesi Etra Drux. I'm not the best at Klingon names or pronouncing them, especially if I haven't heard them being pronounced before, so I didn't go for a overly Klingon heavy name. I did do research on Klingon names. I do know that they're Klingon-ish, if not actual Klingon names. I believe the middle name is Klingon, but I'm not so sure about the first name and the last name. But I tried to keep it as Klingon as possible. But we have a Klingon female that's going to be the main individual. Now, I chose female because I didn't want all of them to be male. I did want to, although there's not necessarily gender defining differences in this game, because of course gender is not an issue. Wouldn't necessarily say that, because like the Orions, the women basically need slavery, although they are slaves themselves, which the Orions are very confusing. But the reason I chose females for the Klingon was because originally I was going to go for an Orion female to be the individual, but chose against it, thinking the fact that I have a Trill for my Starfleet, and although there weren't so many options with the Klingon side, I felt the fact that no one should really represent the Empire other than a Klingon. That's one thing while I was making the Orion that I considered, was the fact that no one, if we're going to be so important in the council, we need to show them that we are fighting because it is us, and no one are stronger warriors than Klingons. So I chose a Klingon. I didn't write her biography, I did come up with one. Basically, she lived in a fairly rural area of Kronos. She didn't live in a big city, and she basically spent all her time training, like she would, training, fighting, but she's not over muscular, simply because she has the sim style. She's very strong, she's quite hot-headed, but she's also very diplomatic in the fact that she will keep to her traditions, but she knows she can be quite gregarious, she can be charismatic, she can be persuasive without having to resort to strength, to seduction. She can, in this situation, her speech is just as strong as her sword or her blade. So she's dangerous in both aspects. Not many Klingons would necessarily be associated with being diplomatic, but that's how she works. She works by being adaptive to every single situation. And when she went to the Klingon Academy, she flew straight through situations where she didn't have to fight. She played manipulative games. She made allies with the right people. Once they filled out their usefulness, she discarded them, and she basically was a puppeteer during the entire event, even with individuals and high-ranking officers, she's always had a way of weaving herself to the best situations. So that has landed her here. So we're going to jump straight in to the mission. So I'll see you there.
Too long we have turned our hearts from the path our fathers laid. I have watched you train. I have witnessed your prowess, your victory. Now it is your duty, your honor to serve the Empire. Enemy targets on sensors. Wipe the sleep from your eyes. Wait and remember the call of our fathers. You will be challenged. You will know pain, but you will not bend or break. Fight with passion and earn your place in the halls of Stovacor. By the blood of Kalis, it will be glorious!
Welcome to Star Trek Online. You are the second officer aboard a Klingon bird of prey, currently in charge of the Night Watch. You are in command of the ship while Captain Jurlek and First Officer Duran are off duty. Your shift nears its end. Third Officer Lieutenant Kagan would like to have a word with you before you leave the bridge.
Okay, so that was the introduction.
People you can interact with have icons above their head.
Yes, we've already been over this.
Sir, we are nearing the end of the shift. I have logged the watch into the duty logs. I recommend approving them and the records of battle before Captain Jurlek arrives.
Very well, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. Everything awaiting your approval is on the console to the right of the main view screen.
That will be all.
I see the logs are updated and approved. I took it upon myself to make some adjustments to the standard disruptor target practice program on the holodeck. I think you'll enjoy the improvements.
I look forward to it, Lieutenant. Kapla.
Captain on the bridge. I see you kept my ship from blowing up during the night watch. Get to the racks as soon as you can. Your next shift starts in 6 hours. First Officer Duran and I will take it from here.
So we're doing simple target practice here. There. So we just have a pistol on us. obviously then Klingon standard procedure and fairly simple. Didn't realise he was behind us, but let's just leave the holodeck. That was fairly simple. Now to the crew decks. Yes, I'm not the biggest fan of Klingon architecture. I don't think anyone can necessarily say they're massive fans of Klingon architecture. It's very... I don't know the word. Later that day. So we probably rested for the...
IKS Sigma, this is Captain Jurlek. We are ready to receive the transfer.
Captain Jurlek, this is Captain Khadgar of the IKS Sigma. We're beaming over the Federation prisoner now.
Prisoner received, Sigma.
And there.
Raise shields! Battle stations! All crew battle stations!
Wow, they hit us good. What was that? Steel yourself, crewman. Prepare for Stovical. And he's too injured. Let's find another civilian. You call yourself a Klingon. Get up.
Come, you're alive. This is First Officer Duran, and here's the situation. We took custody of a Federation prisoner from the IKS Sigma almost immediately after transport. A Starfleet cruiser showed up and attacked. We took some severe damage, but we were able to get our shields up before they could beam over. They've launched shuttles and have boarded the ship on the lower decks. Our security teams are tied up all over the ship, so I need your help securing the lower deck. Grab a rifle from the armory locker, and then make your way to the lower decks. I don't know how they were able to enter our shuttle bay, so check the bodies for anything that can give us a clue as to how they were able to board us. One or two of them might be carrying something useful.
Interact with the armory locker by clicking.
Yes, so... again, tutorial we already know. Let's drag that along. Let's drag that along. So that was a suppression bolt, standard issue. So yeah, everything is the same. Not going to be, oh, also, ship is the IKS Vornak. Can't remember if I necessarily said, but ship is called the Vornak. Yes. So this is the skill system. Don't believe I showed you that either. We are tactical. So then we have our traits. Currently acute, sensitive, creative, physical strength, and that be all. So let's resume. Let's just go straight ahead and let's go to the lower decks. Oh, of course it is. Okay. Damn. Falcon. We have encoded Federation message. I am not just anyone. Be careful of who you accuse for what. I am the second officer. And I will endure, and I will fight. And I will let no one stop me. I am Klingon. None shall meet me and live. So let's decode the Federation message. See what we have. Decrypt the message. The note bears Captain Jorlak's command codes and contains the following text. This is Captain Jorlak of the IKS Warnak. We have the prisoner you seek, and I do not wish to be captured or killed. I will permit your boarding shuttles to land on my ship in exchange for my release. Once you have the prisoner, my crew must never learn of this, so arm boarding parties and expect resistance once on board. So Captain Jorlak is a coward. He is a traitor, but that is not important. Treason isn't the issue. He is a coward. He wouldn't even fight against the enemy. He would cower away just to live.
You recovered that message from the Federation borders? My suspicions about our patak of a captain have been confirmed. I've been seeing signs of Jorlak's cowardice and incompetence for months now. But finally, this is the proof I need to challenge him. I see you are near the brig. I want you to talk to the Federation prisoner there. Find out why he is so valuable, and then report back directly to me. Kapla!
Women power, we will take this ship. So, yes.
Someone wants to talk. First off, this is Captain Jorlak's ship, correct? And if my hunch is correct, Jorlak allowed the Federation to land in an effort to rescue me, thereby saving his own hide in the process.
No, I look for someone who's been in cell the entire time.
It's my business to know things. Does First Officer Duran know of the Captain's betrayal? If she does, I expect she's already challenged and killed Captain Jorlak by now. Honor duels in the Klingon chain of command. So predictable. Challenge the person above you to a duel to the death. And if you win, you get their rank and position.
Franklin Drake.
Trying to reach First Officer Duran. I regret to inform you that she has been relieved of her duties permanently. But I am glad it is you who called. You are my new First Officer. I suggest you make your way to the bridge and prepare to follow my orders.
You killed First
Yes,
Officer
I
Duran?
killed her. She insulted my honor with baseless accusations of treason, and then attempted to take my ship through treachery.
The accusations were not unfounded. I learned of your betrayal.
Now it makes sense. As my new First Officer, I hope you are not as foolish as Duran was. Or do you want to join?
Captain Jorlak killed First Officer Duran. That I did not foresee. Jorlak is a coward, and he was one we could easily remove. Duran should have been able to get the job done. Like I said, it's my business to know things. Captain Jorlak wants to trade me for his life. More of your crewmates will die in the process. If you have other plans, well, don't let me tell you what you need to do.
Captain Jorlak has acted in a way that gives you the right to challenge him to a duel to the death. If you defeat him, you earn command of the Vornak. Today is a good day to die. And die we shall. But it shall be the captain who ends up in Stoical. For die in a battle I will, and be reborn a stronger warrior.
You have arrived. Are you fit to assume your new rank?
I am Cargessa Etra Drex. I now take my place as first officer. I serve the captain, but I stand for the crew.
And by stand for the crew, I assume you mean kill the captain and take his place? Foolish child, you don't understand. The Federation is the enemy the Klingon Empire cannot defeat. Time and time again, for centuries now, we have battled them again and again. And when we were allies, the Federation dominated us, subsuming our culture with their own. We cannot conquer them. We should not try. We will have our victories. But I am not facing off against the Federation if there is a way to avoid conflict. It's not cowardice. It's survival.
Only a coward and a fool would sacrifice Klingon warriors to save their own miserable skin. You are no longer fit for command.
You think you can kill me, whelp? You're welcome to try.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Oh, didn't mean to click 3.
Shield losing power.
Symbols. We may be young, but we are strong.
Sir, I see you are captain now. I am Kagan, son of Kerr. I now take my place as first officer. I serve the captain, but I stand for the crew. I will enter the change of command into the record of battle. Would you like me to address the crew?
Inform the crew I want the repairs started immediately.
Attention crew! Captain Jurlek and First Officer Doran are dead. The former Second Officer is now in command of the ship by right of combat. I am now the First Officer. The Captain has ordered us to prepare the ship for combat. We're going after the Federation dogs who dared board our ship.
There we stand, ruthless.
Engines and shields are online, sir. I expect weapons soon. Our cloaking device may take a bit longer.
Copla.
Your order, sir.
Congratulations, warrior.
There we go. Time to take command. Time to take command. Much has already happened.
There's no sign of the Sigpa on scanners. We don't know if the Feds destroyed her, but I suggest we not worry about that just yet. Engines and shields are operational, but we need iridium to facilitate immediate repairs to other systems, and our iridium stores were lost in the ambush. Fortunately, there are some asteroids in the vicinity that might have what we need.
Increase your speed using
Yes,
T.
so let's find us some iridium. We have Kagan as our officer already. So with that, it is the end of part 1 of the tutorial. So much happened in part 1. I cannot believe how much they managed to fill in. Duran I rather liked, even though we spoke to her about twice, mainly because she just seemed like a Klingon woman. She seemed strong, she seemed powerful, she seemed to stick with tradition. Captain Jurek I didn't like for obvious reasons. Basically what the writers and the scripters wanted to make you feel. Like Doran, I somewhat expected her to die in the battle against combat just because we were the second officer, which meant she had to die at some point, and the duel for the right of the ship was the most logical situation. There wasn't really much for me to talk during that, mainly because it was so scripted, it's so heavy in that regard. There wasn't much free moving about. I still actually remember, because I played this before they updated the new tutorials. So my first playthrough with the Klingons was completely different. I remember so much, and it was so different. But I'm not going to bore you with that. That is the end of this part, and we will continue straight off in the next part on the IKS Vornak, in which case we will find some iridium. So, I'll see you guys then. Bye guys.